Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by today. I just did a video the other day about posting on a schedule. And today I want to talk about being overwhelmed. I'm sure you can relate if you're here. And I want to share some of the ways that I get myself out of that overwhelmed feeling. Because as I said in the other video, sometimes I get stuck in my head, and I think those obsessive thoughts are basically what overwhelm me. I start thinking that I can't, I'm not good enough, it's not going to happen, and those are not productive thoughts. Oh, sometimes you have to laugh about them so you don't cry, right? Here are just a few simple ways that I use to try to get myself out of my head. The first one, and they're all, let me tell you, they are all physical, because the only way I believe, and I am not a therapist and I am not a licensed practitioner of anything except teaching. So these maybe will work for you and maybe they won't work for you. I hope that they do. But all of these ways to get out of my head are physical because they bring me back into the present awareness of what is going on. They bring me back into the physical awareness of things. So the first way is, for me, cold. I am refreshed by cold. So if it's winter outside, the easiest thing for me to do is just step outside, take a deep breath of cold air, and that kind of brings my senses to the awareness of me as a physical person. If it's not cold outside, sometimes I'll go hop in a lukewarm shower and then I'll turn it colder so that I can just have that kind of jolt of coldness. It's not something, the cold shower is not something I enjoy, but it is something that will shock me out of obsessive thoughts sometimes. Another thing that will bring me back into the moment is two smells. And these smells are specific to me. You may have different smells that work for you. One of the smells that works for me is citrus. A citrus smell is so bright and clean to me that when I smell it, it immediately makes me feel invigorated. And when I'm invigorated, I'm not stuck in my thoughts, which is good. The second smell that works for me is mint. And I have bought, and this is not, there's no sponsorship here. I have bought, I think it's called Dr. Bonner's or Dr. Bronner's. If you have bought this and you know this product, leave me a comment down below if I'm saying the name wrong. But it's a soap that you can buy either in a bottle, Castile soap, or as bars. And I buy the bars because when I wake up in the morning, after I work out and I get in the shower, that's the time of day when, as a teacher, I start ruminating about how the day is going to go. And that mint scent for me is something that brings me back into the present moment, and loving that scent. So maybe there are some scents that work for you that could do that for you, get you out of your head and into your body more. The third one is a sour or a sweet taste. Here's something really funny. When I was a child, I hated pickles. I hated pickles. Kind of like I hate blueberries now. And don't give me the hate on the blueberries. I try some every year because I know they're good for you. Anyway, hey, if you hate blueberries, leave me a comment down below. We'll be the Blueberry Haters Club together. Anyway, when I was a child, I hated pickles. Could not stand them. And then probably around, was it the late 90s, early 2000s, they started making at restaurants those fried pickle slices. And people would order them. I would never order them because I don't like pickles. But people would order them when we were in groups to share. And I would always try some. And it got to be where kind of liked them. Now I absolutely love pickles. And I will order pickle juice online because, side tip here, if you have cramps at night or you have cramps after working out, shot of pickle juice. It will make the cramps go away. I don't know why. I think it's kind of like the precursor to Gatorade, where it has electrolytes and stuff in it, but it doesn't have all the sugar. So if I am in my head, sometimes I'll take a big swig of pickle juice. I keep pickle juice in the fridge all the time. And if I don't have it in the fridge, I will pour the pickle juice out of the pickle jar. And so we'll just have this jar of pickles with no juice in it. Anyway, so something sour like that will bring me back out of ruminating and into my body, or something sweet. Now, I have to add a caveat here with the something sweet, and that is that I think I have a sugar addiction. Okay, I've said it. I love sweet stuff. Doesn't really matter what it is. I will eat something sweet. So the sweet is not as good at pulling me out of rumination because I think it feeds my brain chemicals for that desire for sweet, but the sour really does it. The next one is a yoga pose. And I'm not talking getting into your yoga outfit or getting into a workout outfit and doing yoga for 30 minutes. I'm talking trying to do tree pose for 20 seconds or trying to do, what's it called, airplane pose. Now, Shavasana doesn't count. If you know what I'm talking about. Shavasana is the pose that you do at the end of yoga class where you're lying flat on your back and you just splay your arms and legs out. So Shavasana, no, that does not get you out of your head because it's too easy to do. So if there's a yoga pose that you can find that is hard for you to do and it takes concentration, it will not allow you to be in your head. And it could be it could be something, that is not really a difficult pose, but it's difficult for you. The balance ones are the ones that are difficult for me. So I will do the airplane pose, or I will do tree pose and, try to do it with my hands over my head. And that kind of grounds me and brings me back to the moment. Okay, last two. And these two, I do have to say, you need someone around you. So a good friend, a partner, a son, daughter, child, cousin, anyone who you are close to. And this kind of goes into a support system. So these two ways are actually scientifically proven to create a surge of oxytocin. And oxytocin is that feel-good chemical that will surge through you when you are having a good relationship with someone. The first one is, and this one can only be done, well, I don't know. I say it can only be done with a partner. I wouldn't do this with my child, but a 6-second kiss. And sometimes there are funny times when I'll tell my husband, I need a 6-second kiss, and we'll count it out 6 seconds because that will release the oxytocin. And so that makes you feel good just because of the chemical release in your brain. Or maybe it's in your gut, or maybe it's both. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. If you do know, let me know. The final one is, and this one you can do with a good friend, a child, a partner, a relative, is a 30-second hug. And yes, count the seconds. Most of the time we hug people and it's just, 5 seconds. If you can do a 30-second hug with someone, that releases oxytocin as well. And that will get you out of your head. So I hope these things have helped you. I know that they help me to get out of my head, and sometimes I forget to practice them, but then I remember. So I hope that you've gotten some value out of this. Thanks for stopping by today. Take care.